While there is no known cure for Alzheimer's disease, new medications and alternative treatments, such as ART, help make those suffering from the disease more comfortable while researchers continue to push for a cure.
You can help by donating your money, time, or even your car.
Go to www.alz.org and click on Donate to learn more. For the Volunteer Spotlight, I'm Sherry Green.
And I'm James Green. We'll see you here next week.
All this month we've been talking about Alzheimer's disease, and when you're my age and you forget so much, you wonder if you're getting it. Believe me, I'm serious. I'm not making that up. We're going to take a look at one of the great therapies used to help patients with their memories. So please welcome Robert Toby and Megan Graff. Tell me about the program, Using Art for the Alzheimer patient, helping them to express themselves visually. Tell me how that came about.
So Memories in the Making started in the Orange County chapter in 1988. It's an art program for people with Alzheimer's to help facilitate organization of memories, recall, and to create a safe and support environment for them to
Express themselves
and all the different conversations that come up when they're doing this project.
So it's artistic art for Alzheimer's, but I'm wondering how you came upon art expression. Is this so you can visually see where they are, or to give them some activity rather than just, what, Robert, your mom had Alzheimer's. Did she face a wall, or how did she respond?
It was very difficult, Susie. She started painting in the 60s, and her style just evolved over years and years, and there's one painting I understand that you have that
this
came
painting
from
right now.
Yeah, that one looks like Stevie Ray Vaughan, and that's actually hanging in my office now.
Oh,
and
look at that.
She painted that in 1984. And then there's the second painting, as I understand it, that we have that was painted much later. This was probably in about 2000 when she had Alzheimer's.
So look at the difference. Did she progress to that, or did she do realistic painting and then go into abstract?
There was a period of realism that evolved into the abstract, and then as the Alzheimer's became more pronounced, the paintings became more simplistic. And
it's just really amazing, and I know that's such a difficult thing to see. Watch your mom disappear, so to speak.
Well, you know, Susie, I got to tell you that this whole experience, since I started talking about this in the last 3 or 4 months, has really been cathartic for me, because it was difficult for me to face those later years in her life and realize that a lot of what she was had been taken away from her. But coming and talking about it and wanting to help others, because this is a very, very difficult disease that is rapidly expanding in the American community and touching almost everybody in some way, shape, or fashion. So,
did she appear to be miserable?
You know what? At times, yes. We had a caregiver come in who painted also, and they used to paint together. And I can tell you that in the last couple of years of her life, those were probably her best moments, was when she was painting with the caregiver.
Oh, that's wonderful. And that is so great. So now you want maybe other Alzheimer's patients to understand what art can do for them to bring them joy and self-expression.
When I heard about this program, I thought, this is terrific,
Yes.
and it's a way for people to have an outlet.
So you're on board with this 100%.
Absolutely. I think it's terrific.
There's something about that, doesn't it? In some way, you perpetuate still giving to your mother and carrying on the tradition.
There's no better feeling.
Yeah,
I
got it. Look, so what are we going to paint?
So what happens in these groups is every person in the group has some form of dementia or Alzheimer's, and they're given a blank piece of paper, watercolors, and then the facilitator provides an image. So from the image, each participant starts creating. So Susie, if you'd like to start creating your own painting.
Well, you just copy the image, don't you?
Yes, and what happens when people have Alzheimer's or dementia, different forms of dementia, you never know what the painting's going to turn out like. And from that, it facilitates a dialogue between the participants.
Yes.
And within the group, there's a facilitator, but there's also someone who's documenting the dialogue that's going on. So when the piece is finished, they have that memory of the experience to go along with it.
Well, all right, so let me ask you something. I wasn't being flip when I said that sometimes I forget stuff and wonder if I'm getting Alzheimer's. Is forgetfulness just kind of normal?
I hope so, Susie, because my not only my mom had Alzheimer's, but my mom's mom had Alzheimer's, and so every time I forget something, I'm always
wonder,
nervous.
don't you?
Yes, I do.
You do,
But I think it is normal. I don't think we have to worry every time we leave our keys somewhere and it takes a few minutes to find them. So I'm hopeful that that's the case anyway.
Well, I am too, but I don't know. My mother-in-law had it, and she used to do things like this. She would sit down across the table from me and go. So I would go and play back to her. And then she would just smile. And I sometimes see caregivers, not caregivers, but family members saying, "Oh, Mom, Dad's not here. He died 5 years ago. Don't you remember?" And we just play along with them, don't we? You just play along with it.
Yes, my dad predeceased my mom by 2 years, and we learned there's something called therapeutic lying.
Yes.
Yes.
And we were told that, you would just say, Dad will be there later.
Yeah.
He's running late. And
Just
because
go.
otherwise they're reliving their death all over again.
I know
And
it.
it's a very difficult
And that
thing.
is so bad. Well, all right. What big fundraisers are you doing?
Well, there's a walk against Alzheimer's in October, and that is the big one for the year. We're also looking for people to come in and just take little steps that will yield big dividends. We're asking for people to donate, obviously, that it takes money to research this. We want people to advocate because for years I think people had a difficult time talking about their relatives that have Alzheimer's, but we want this out in the open so people will understand what a problem it is. And lastly, we need people to volunteer.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
And in office capacity or as caregivers?
Any way you
Any way
can.
possible.
Okay. I think that's pretty worthy for all of us because it's going to affect us one way or the other. Either we get it or someone we love has it. So you can get details on this art therapy program. And here I don't know why I did this, but there it is. So, and this is only in 3 minutes. Going to alz.org/Greater Dallas or call their helpline, 1-800-272-3900. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for supporting this. I think it's going to be a wonderful thing for people who are kind of slipping away.
Absolutely.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Alzheimer's disease is the 6th leading cause of death in the U.S., and as of right now, there is no cure.
Currently, more than 5 million Americans live with this disease every day. Hi, I'm James Green.
And I'm Sherry Green. Researchers are constantly developing new medications and alternative treatments to Alzheimer's.
These treatments help and improve the quality of life for those that are affected.
Today's Volunteer Spotlight focuses on a surprising new approach to treating this disease. We'll look at how art is used to help treat Alzheimer's patients.